And we are live. Welcome to Fun in the Country Basement on this beautiful, wet, soggy Sunday afternoon. I am joined with my co-host, Glenn from Fun King 3D and Chris Riley from Chris's Basement. And Chris, take it away, buddy. Tell them all about yourself.
Yes, I am Chris Riley. It is Sunday. It is Fun in the Country Basement time. The best 2 hours on YouTube a week. Just saying. We are going to do the usual. We'll find some stuff to work on. I've got a few things, 5 or 6 things in flight. It will be good times all around. Tons of people in chat, ready to go. Glenn, it's all yours.
Hey everybody, I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D, and I have absolutely nothing in front of me. I will probably find a project over the next 2 hours, but really, I was just thinking to myself that I need to spend more time with the people, so I will definitely be paying more attention to chat today. And that's you, Walter.
All right, sweet. Well, we're going to get rid of the first things first. We're going to run down the list. Brian Vines, Andrew S., Chris Gulata. Let's scroll on down. Vince is here. 3D Medic Vince, 3D Jimmy. Who else we got? I'm trying. Nightbot's here. John Strand's here. Sergio HVAC A to Z's here. Alien 3D Josh is here. Too many people in the waiting room. There's too much comments going on. Sean Butler's here. Lester C. Weatherall's here. Michael Fox. Lord of mercy. If I miss you, I'm sorry. 247 Hinky, Adam in 3D. Scaldo YT. Ben Craig is here. Alan King. Nadav Mavor. Bob S. Jake from State Farm. Welcome, everybody. If you're here and you want to, give us a thumbs up. But let's try to get this thing to 100 likes at least. We don't ever get that. We always get like 25 or 30 most days. Let's try to get it to 100 this time. And if you're not subscribed, go do it.
That's because nobody likes us, Walter.
I know.
These people only show up to watch the train wreck happen.
Oh, so they get here to watch me work on stuff. Is that it?
Hey, whatever it takes.
It's completely just fear of missing out. What if something explodes and you weren't here?
Well, I am going to continue on this bear because I am tired of working on it already, for one. And for those of you that were keeping up with the bear, and Glenn, I showed these to Chris the other day. I was testing out a thing I'm doing, and but I printed some 5mm washers.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I put 64 of them on the bed of the Prusa, printed in PETG on the powder coated sheet, and it finished without a hitch. I mean, they were perfect, and they are perfect.
Nice.
I was like, sweet.
I'd expect nothing less.
Yeah, that's, but printing something that thin and that small and just circles, a bunch of them, There's Martin from 3DP Iceland.
All the way from Iceland.
I jumped on their F3D PCH stream the other day. Not for long, for a few minutes, to say hello. They need to get more support over there. Some of the people from Europe and stuff need to jump into that because they do a lot.
Well, with the time of the year that it is and stuff, I'm sure that'll change, and I'm sure it'll ramp back up.
Oh yeah. What's up there, Paul Cumber? How are you?
Yeah, and just while we're at it, I've been getting inundated with cheese jokes. And that's what everybody's talking about in the chat. Hopefully you have seen the automatic cheese 3D printer. I was very pleased with myself when that worked. So the 2 biggest jokes. The first one is you need to work on your retraction. And it's really hard to get it back in the can, I got to tell you. And what the second one is, no filament runout sensor? And that would be very important if you had a cheese printer all the time. You would definitely want to know when you were out of cheese.
Man. All right. So I got to put this thing on here. Y'all know me, when I'm working on something, I don't pay attention to chat. So
cheese benchy. See, if I could figure out, I would have to make some sort of swappable nozzle that fit on the can. I'd have to get it down to like 1 millimeter or something. And then I think you could actually draw something pretty intricate. You might be able to get a cheese benchy out of it.
Yeah, reduce the size of it.
Yeah, because it's like 4mm.
Yeah, it's because it's about the speed of filling your cracker.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I got to get a gear on here now.
There you go, 5 kg cans. That's what you need.
5 kg cans.
I need a Bowden setup for it so I can satellite actuate it,
5 kgs of cheese whiz. What would your bowels do if you ate 5 kilograms of cheese whiz?
Well, you'd have to have like the nacho machine at the movies.
Right. I think your bowels would revolt, is what I think.
You would your insides would be cement.
Yeah. All right. I've got a Y Adler in here somewhere that I've got to find.
Yeah, that's another thing people have been talking about. If I had the White Knight set up, I could endlessly, create cheese crackers.
Yeah, but
how would load them all though?
How would that work on the belt, though? Because you made that little plate to hold the crackers.
Well, I was going to say you'd have to make something to lay the crackers out onto the belt so that it's just continuous crackers.
Yeah.
And then it teases them, and then they fall off.
So you'd almost have to have like a snowmobile tread. You'd have like a continuous tread belt.
You could even do it better than that because they're not very tall or whatever. You could have like just out of the way a chute and a little arm that kicks them over to kick them out down onto the belt as they go, and then it goes underneath. I think that would work.
Yeah, it work. We could figure it out. I mean,
yeah. Now you need is call for Cindy the White Knight, right?
Yeah, that's all I need now.
Get on it, Carl. Send him a White Knight. Uh-oh. I'm dropping parts, and I don't have enough parts to be dropping.
Sean Butler acts like it's a surprise that we're brainstorming about cheese crackers.
All right. Man, I tell you what. I don't think this one might work without the long one.
Hey, Walter, will you pop my screen share up for just a second there?
Oh yeah, glad you told me.
Well, I just put it up there. So
there you go.
All right, everybody. So this is how far that we have gotten with the FKB Ingo game, and it is dynamically generated every time that you load the page that it's behind. And I'm not giving that page out yet, but as you can see, we're missing some squares. And being that the three of us aren't very creative, we would like some. We are not creative people at all. We'd like some input from the crowd on what you'd like to see as squares, because I'd like to see us have at least like 50 things, so that you don't end up with the same 25 on every card. So if there's something that you would like to see in the FKB Ingo game, put that in the chat, but make sure that you tag me so that I see it, and I'll copy it out of there. Or you can email it to me at, of course, Glenn with 2 N's at funking3d.com. And I'm hoping to have this ready by maybe next week or the week after, but it'd be fun to have it up by next week. And then if this is successful and you guys enjoy playing this, I will then take it a step further and incorporate some Java so where you can like tag your circles on the website. You can highlight the squares so you don't have to print it out. But if you want to mark it, you either have to write on your monitor or you have to print it. That's up to you for now. But so all right, you can kill that, Walter.
Okay.
Paul actually has a good one. Is someone having pizza for dinner? Because that happens all the time.
All right, I will put that. I could open up a notepad document. And we're not giving credit for any of these. There are no prizes. I just want to get that out there.
The prizes you won.
The prizes you get to play along. So
FKV home game.
Patrick Nienhoff said, "Hey Glenn, last week I shared that I was applying for a work from home job, and I want to let you know that my interview went great. Awesome. Next Friday will be my first working day." Sweet. Congratulations, brother.
Well done.
Mr. Buttram, Swamp Guy Larry is actually on there. Maybe we should have left that up a little longer. Yeah, we have a square for family friendly. How many printers do you have? Any mention of printed solid? The question of what first printer to buy? Any mention of the FK1? Any of us saying buy a Prusa? Generally me talking about diabetes. A Xander sighting. Me wearing the Walter beard, which I've decided to now keep that always here on the desk in case I want to wear the Walter beard. Chris saying don't break. Well, I guess any of us saying that, but making an old joke, raging about Facebook, me wearing 2 pairs of glasses, Swamp Guy Larry, a movie, TV, or song lyric reference, one of our mics being muted or going dead, someone printing a Benty, any mention of the Stargate, which, by the way, Walter, how's that going?
You see this on my desk? I'm working on this first. And they know this, man.
Any mention of me throwing Xander down the stairs, a bald joke, or anybody saying slicer, or saying it the incorrect way.
See, there's a square.
So whenever Glenn says slicer wrong or slick 3R wrong,
It's a square.
we got to put one up there.
So like today, I've got an Ender 3 and lots of benchies. And I could talk about printed solid because I got something from them this week.
Sergio, I did not lose my phone. That actually went to my regular email, and I didn't see it until about a half hour before the stream started. So, and the general answer to that question is nope. I don't answer my phone anyway, so it doesn't do any good to call me. Email is definitely the best way to get hold of me.
Yeah, Chris, Glenn is just about as bad, if not worse, than you are.
Oh, I'm terrible about answering the phone.
Yeah,
I have social anxiety disorder. When my phone rings, like I have a panic attack.
He's horrible.
Mainly when I look at it and it says Swamp Guy Larry, then I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right?
I have a rule that if my phone rings more than 5 times a day, every call after that gets answered with what?
What? I hear you.
You guys have got to tag me. You have to tag me. Put the @FunKing3D in the chat if you have suggestions, or I'm going to miss them. So Wesley said, Walter asking, what y'all having for supper?
What we have? Well, that'll work. I don't know what the hell I'm having for supper.
Am I logged into the wrong account? Because yes, I am. I am me today.
Stop that.
Well, that would be why that didn't, because John Strand said any mention of Alien 3D, but it didn't highlight.
Well,
we got to be careful with the whole mentioning of businesses, though. You know,
yeah.
Those are paid promotions.
I will freely admit that I am slightly sponsored by Print and Solid, so it's okay.
I also, so you know, but just slightly, and only on one project so far. So you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I feel left out.
It's because
Where's Dave at?
Ham rice.
Hey, that would be good for supper. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, that's so much better. All of a sudden now I can see
all those things that were pointed at you.
Yeah. All right. So John Strand said a Walter age joke, which we got old joke in there. Mr. Budgem said Swamp Guy Larry, which we do have a square for that. Space for Walter Stargate. And you know what's fun about that? We can have a space for the Stargate on there because the Stargate's never going to be finished. So that square will be valid forever. I almost made that a free square, like Stargate. Free parking.
Listen here, this is my channel, and we're fit to make this not fun, family friendly if you don't quit.
I think I had we have a family friendly square. Yes.
we should have a square that you automatically get if we have a guest host on.
All right. Yeah, I can see that.
So anytime there's a fourth person, you get that square.
3D Jimmy says cheese printer. But how long will we be talking about the cheese printer? It's already old news.
It is already old news, especially if you look at the analysis from YouTube. They've already forgot about it.
Oh, really?
I really thought that would get more traction. People love cheese.
Yeah, I agree.
Cheese.
I figured that would be the one that just went through the roof, man.
Yeah, now it was good for the first day, and then it's been pretty much tanked ever since.
That's because you didn't release a revision 2 the next day.
Yeah.
That's how the world works now.
Well,
I sent James a message today because David Hewlett retweeted his link to his arcade cabinet. And I said, oh, look at you getting the TV/movie stars retweeting your links. I said, that's the potential for another 106,000 people to see it.
Is that how many he's got?
Yeah. 106,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Wow.
I couldn't imagine the thought of tweeting something and the potential of 106,000 people seeing it. Whew. At least not for the crap I tweet.
I was watching the Australian guy that I watched the other day, and he was raving about or ranting about some Instagram star or something that got irate because of blah blah blah, and she said, well, somebody said they had the potential of hitting like 100,000 people or whatever. And he's like, well, look, I post my video on YouTube, so I have the potential of hitting 7 billion people.
Well, which is true, but more likely so if they're following you already.
Right. But, it's like, okay, yeah, you actually do. Man, see, this bare build thing is so much easier because most of the time when you actually have the printer you're rebuilding, because all these things that you're supposed to do are already done.
Right.
Like, the bed's already together and all this other stuff, and I don't have any. None.
So Chris Colada said the Stargate deserves 2 squares. Bob S said how hot/humid it is.
Oh yeah, now that's an absolute fact. That can be on there.
Matt, Jake from State Farm said Walter saying dadgummit.
Yeah.
And 3D Jimmy said a space when somebody drops a part on the floor.
There were a lot of suggestions for bacon sprinkling.
For what?
With the cheese printer?
Yeah, a quick dash of bacon bits on top of each one.
Heck yeah.
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to inject the bacon bits into the cheese. So I guess if you used a Bowden type setup,
yeah,
you could inject it into the tube.
That would be the best if you had an auger. If you augered everything and then you could combine whatever you wanted.
Well, I would think that if you ran the cheese down a tube and you had a hopper, well, I guess the pressure of the cheese might go up into the bacon hopper. Then you just have to eat everything in the bacon hopper.
Oh, I swear.
Tom Lama said, guess I missed a lot in the first 15 minutes, huh? Yep, stream's over, Tom. Thanks to everybody for coming out.
We're done now.
3D printing newbie. Yeah, I've had quite a bit of luck with the auto winders. Sometimes I'll break the spring. But Walter, you said you weren't having much luck with yours.
Well, it's just the way that well, now as I told you, I'm using the rep box one. I'm not using
Right.
the exact one that you're using, I don't think.
Yep.
Why would that be? Oh, I see why. Huh. Oh, that's why you don't have printed bed holders carriages very much.
Oh, because it's flexing?
Well, yeah, and it's bent right in the middle, so it's making my Y very, very stiff. Not very smooth at all. Because there's a bow right here in the middle, so the bearings are both cocked up.
Chris Riley filament coming soon. The Chris Riley cheese and bacon.
Can you imagine yellow filament with little brown specks in it? That would be terrible.
Oh.
Who can we get to make that?
It'd be like ground up cheetah.
No, I think ground up cheetah would be more red and soupy.
Question, Chris, on the MK2,
Uh-huh.
which way does the belt face? Towards the single bearing or the double bearing on the MK2? The belt holder underneath the bottom? Glenn's looking.
I want to say that the two bearings go on the left, the single goes on the right, and the belt is open on the right. But I can verify that real quick.
Those are correct. Looking from the front, that's it, exactly
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
right. He's got one right there.
Yeah, he's doing it right there. Okay, so that's what I needed to know.
Yeah, I don't let the MK3 and the new MK4 come out and play. I keep those over there where you guys can't see them. You guys got your MK4s already, right?
I was told I had to stay silent.
I can say stuff like that when Shane's not in here. And
Yeah,
no, there's no
Shane-
MK4, so just everybody calm down for a minute.
Actually, there is. You just have to contact Shane on Prusa Chat.
They'll send you one for free.
Huh?
They'll send you one for free.
They'll send you one. Well, you have to pay shipping. It is from Prusa. Well, Shane's going to love me. So everybody jump on Prusa Chat here right after the stream and get them taken care of.
Patrick Nienhoff said, only the MK4? I have the MK4S already.
Damn it.
Yeah, I hopped on the other night and worked with Tom for a little bit on his MKS board. He's up and running somewhat so far.
Yes, that was nice of you.
Yeah, you know, that's what I do. We
Unless
have Sam Rice Larry in the chat.
Sam Wolf Larry.
Oh, come on. Who did that? That is awesome. It's hot square. That would fall under the how hot / humid is it?
Hamrock's Larry. That's pretty funny. I'm going to have to tell Regina.
I love it.
That's right. Shane's not working today. That's right.
3D printing newbie said, Kuntry 3D got some echo coming from you. I don't hear it though.
Do I?
Yeah, I don't hear any.
So it might be circling around on one of us.
I think we've talked about this before, but Glenn, have you ever tried to use one of those bed jacks for the Creality printers?
You mean one of these right here that I just happen to have laying right here?
I'm not even sure what they look like. I was just curious. This one has just a bit of a low spot in the center.
So it's 3 pieces. There's this piece right here that slides inside.
Uh-huh.
And then this piece lays in here, and when you turn that screw in, it pushes this. It raises that up.
Gotcha.
So the answer to that question is yes, I have used one. I used it on Taserface, but unfortunately, because the carriage on Taserface was so thin, I think it was made out of aluminum foil. So when you'd crank that thing, it would just bow the plate. So,
gotcha.
but from what I understand, on the CR10s, they are quite effective. But I printed the original one, and it was way too thick. So I remixed it and shaved it down thinner for the E12. Yeah. And then I was going to put it on the CR10 Pro because that bed's got just a small dip in the middle, but it doesn't fit underneath there at all. Like it's still too thick.
Alrighty.
But yes, it's worth it on a regular CR10. I don't know what else it'll fit, but through a little bit of remixing.
Yeah, I might be able to make it work. I was thinking about just drilling because this has got a metal plate underneath it. It's real thin, of course, but I thought about just taking that plate off and drilling a hole in it and just double nutting a bolt and finding one that was 8 millimeter or something and just putting maybe a cap on the end of it just to press it up just a touch because it's just barely out, but just to tighten it up a little bit. I don't know what I would bend in that process, but I might give it a shot.
Now, does that bed have what is that bed?
It's just 3 millimeter aluminum. Yeah.
And then, but not another piece on top. It's just got it's got magnetic, right?
Yeah. No, it's just got a sticker on top.
Oh. Yeah, because the only other thing I could think of is a piece of glass or mirror.
Yeah, I could throw a piece of glass on it if I really wanted to.
Because I know that with a slight dip in the middle, people were putting a couple pieces of blue tape on there and then putting glass or mirror over the top of that.
Yeah.
Because the glass will conform to that from the heat. So.
Or I could just keep dealing with it. Motorhead Mitch is here. Hello, Mitch.
John Strand said, "Who's getting the new Ender 5 Plus for review?" Not me. Nobody wants to send me anything anymore. Right now, the big goal is to find something to give you guys at IRF. So,
yeah, my mic died for a minute, didn't it?
Yep.
See, that would have been a square.
Yeah.
Its last went dead.
I pulled it out. I was trying to tell you guys that I cannot believe my luck. The Prusa Y holders take these really tiny wire ties.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You need 4 of them, right? Well, I hadn't used my entire thing, so I look over in my toolbox that I took to Murph not last year, but the year before. And I happen to have 4 of them in the box. That's it. Just 4.
Don't screw up.
Right?
That is a nice AM8 you're building there.
I know, right?
3D Jimmy wants to know if you're going to Orlando Maker Fair, Walter.
Am I going to Orlando Maker Fair? When is Orlando Maker Fair?
November.
No.
What are you out of town for the month of November? What kind of answer is that?
Well, because I just spent all my money in October going to Earth. So the answer is automatically going to be no. Now, should the lottery gods see it fit to let me win the Powerball or something, then yeah, we can all go to Orlando Maker Fair on me. Even Chris.
You even gonna let me go? Sweet.
Yes, sir. Hey, Tristan, yeah, and I got a box in the mail too, man. I want to show everybody since Tristan's here. I got this box in the mail the other day. I didn't know what the heck it was, but I opened it and took it all out of the package. And inside of this box, if I can get it out of the dadgum wrapper again, I had it open. There it is. Inside of this box is an MK52 24-volt heat bed. And I believe there's no note or anything with it, but I believe that Mr. Tristan said he was sending me this MK52. And here it is. Now, I don't believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tristan, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe this is an original Prusa MK52. But it is an MK52 nonetheless.
Don't they usually say Prusa on them if they are?
Yeah, this one does not say Prusa anywhere. Nowhere.
So it's a Triangle Labs.
Triangle Labs.
Guster, I know Roy. Panicut is kind of a one-man machine. It's a relatively small operation, I believe. I know Roy has every intention to release all of that information, but I haven't seen any of it yet. I can definitely ask him.
Point of no return.
Person is here.
3D Jimmy, yes, he is.
I'm gonna have to have a different switch, ain't I? No, I'll move that over. That'll be. No.
Oh, Shane from Prusa's here. Don't anybody say what I said earlier. Don't,
really?
Don't tell him.
Recently bought an SKR with 2130s. Some reason they don't move. So what kind of 2130 did you buy? What brand are they? Because there are some differences in between those boards. Some of them are configured for standalone mode automatically. So if you're trying to use them with SPI and you have the jumpers set for standalone or for the other, you're going to have problems. Now, if they do say that they are having communication, that could mean a couple of things, I believe. Because usually they'll throw an error. But I'm not sure why they wouldn't move at all, unless there's a mismatch somewhere. I would turn on debug and configuration_ADV, and then plug it into Pronterface or something and turn it on and see if you could, and see if it'll spit out any more errors than what you've already seen.
They're at Home Depot. What's at Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff waiting for me? What did I say? What did I miss? Shane's calling me out on something I said, and I don't even know what it was.
It comes with Half-Life 3 as well.
What's up, Steven? Lightspeed's in the house. Glenn is chopped liver.
Yeah, but you know, I'm used to that.
So there you go. Clint asked, what's the difference between UART mode and SPI mode? It's just a different bus, basically. You can either talk over the SPI bus or you can talk over the UART bus. So UART pretty much just means you're sending transmit and receive serial signals. SPI, I believe SPI is still, you're still talking over the serial interface, but you're using data. You're using the serial data in, data out, MSOI, MIOS, all of those pins instead of just the regular transmit and receive. I'm not super savvy on what the difference on those protocols are, but they pretty much achieve the same thing. I want to say SPI is a little more robust. Yeah, Gusner, I recommend the same thing. They are pricey though. In the States, we get them from Philistreater. We buy the water rot silent step sticks, but they're about twice what the other ones cost.
All right, it's on there. I think the belt will move it, but it's not going to be quiet by any means.
Yeah, Llama. So there's two sets side by side underneath the driver. The ones on the right are the standard MS0123. That's like for setting microstepping like any other driver. And then the ones to the left of that are the SPI pins that you need to use the smart SPI mode. The UART pin is actually outside the driver, the red one. And this thing is loud. They're Big Tree version 3.
I almost did it.
That would have been worth like 50 blocks on the bingo card.
What's that?
You dropping all them screws on the floor.
Thing is, it was open and it turned over, but luckily the lid stayed shut. And I don't think it'd have been worth more than one. Unless you were going to list all the cuss words I was fitting to say.
I was going to say, we'd also then lose the family friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, because it definitely wouldn't have been family friendly when I finished talking.
Yeah, no, I will not be going to Orlando Maker Fair, Jimmy. Big Tree Trek version 3.
Because he's lame.
He's lame, but you're the guy that just said you weren't going. So that makes you both lame. I'll be there.
I'm not going for a very good reason.
That's not a good reason.
Being broke?
Yeah.
That's a damn good reason.
Listen, all you need is the fuel to drive down. You can sleep in your car.
No. I'm past that point in my life, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they wouldn't be moving. Do they do anything at all? I mean, do they get warm? Do they make a sound? Anything? Did it work? Did it ever work? Is this a driver upgrade or is this a brand new install board and driver? Do you have an A4988 you could swap in and check it out? Well, not only are you buying from somebody that created it, the silent step stick, for instance, not only that, but they have a very involved data sheet that comes with it. So I know exactly how they're configured. So when somebody asks, why doesn't this work? I can say, well, you need to look at these pins. When you go to something like Big Tree or Feistech or Erie One, when you're buying their driver, who knows how they have that board configured? I can't even begin to guess.
Right. All right, it's awfully quiet in here, other than Chris. Glenn is awful quiet.
Yeah.
That's because Chris is talking over my head.
Yeah, right.
Got a lot of good questions today.
We could crowdfund Walter's trip to Orlando.
Yeah, I'm sure we can come up with the 35 cents that it'll take.
We could crowdfund getting Walter out of debt, and then he'd have friggin' money to go. How about that? That work? Can we do that?
Okay, so it works with A498s, but not the 2130.
Pulling Ivan Miranda. What is that beeping? I hear something beeping every now and again. Have y'all
Probably
heard
the
that?
printer running.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. That makes sense because that's what it sounds like. My wife was getting on me last night. There was something on TV or whatever. She's like, "You can't hear that high-pitched sound." I'm like, "No, I'm old. I can no longer hear that."
Gusser, man, where are you getting 2209s? Because everything I'm hearing, nobody can get a hold of them.
Gusner's special now. He can get a hold of some stuff.
Well, I don't think people in the chat know exactly how special Gusner is.
I know.
You go look at the Prusa GitHub page. Look for Gusner. He's there.
Yeah.
Oh, good call, Patrick. Good call. I will definitely add that.
Dad jokes. I like it. Somebody said question to all. Oh.
Which really just means question to Chris.
Well, that one I don't know. I know what he's talking about, but I don't know if he has the Fusion. Walter, do you know if anybody's got the Fusion parts, the versions out for Bear builds?
I don't know if they've been released in Fusion or not. These just came off Thingiverse, so they got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play in Fusion enough.
That Greg, I don't know his real name, but the guy that does the builds, he's pretty active on Twitter, I think. So he might have them.
He might.
Like Abe said, I'd be all in on crowdfunding Walter out of debt after we crowdfund me out of debt. Trickle down theory, I guess.
Right? All right, so you got to go this way.
Map Rope 6 is here. Hello.
I forgot that the MK2 used the belt wraparound method to you as a belt holder with what you call it's on it with zip ties.
Zip ties.
Yeah.
We'll have to find somebody that can find them for you. I actually don't know. I have never looked into building a bear.
Still talking about the Fusion parts?
No, the block that I have, Walter, the belt loops around and then the teeth grab back onto themselves.
Oh, really? And that may be what this is doing, and I'm just doing it wrong.
Yeah, the belt goes in, loops around, comes back, and then the teeth, like you slide the teeth together.
Okay, so you put them together before you put them in there.
No. You run it through, run it around the loop, pull it tight, and then slide it in from the side. Well, I don't know what one you have, but.
Well, it's the same one you've got, the one that you're talking about.
We can talk about crowdfunding after Walter finishes the Stargate.
Well, we may never talk about that. Oh, wait a minute now. I did that wrong.
So on an E3D V6 clone, how in the did filament seep out through the top of the heat block and the bottom of the heat sink? That means the nozzle isn't tight against the heat break, right? How did the heat block in the bottom of the heat sink?
Bottom of this heat sink is impressive. I give you that.
The way to fix that is don't buy a clone.
That's
so
ugly.
A lot of times on the clone, they will get there. So they have a PTFE liner in the barrel, and a lot of times that they will cut it at about a 33-degree angle, so it's not flat up against the nozzle. And the nozzle might also be, not great. So I have successfully tried to kind of sand the nozzle flat a little bit on the threaded side, of course, and then try to slice that, either reload the tube or try to slice that tube as flush with the barrel as you can, and then put it together, heat it up, and then give it one more torque. I have once in a while gotten it to successfully stop leaking. Also, if you have a nut that fits that barrel, sandwich it on top, try that. But coming out the actual heatsink where it goes all the way up, that's a good one. I've never seen that.
Well, yeah, I guess. I was thinking it was coming out of the bottom of the heatsink, but it would have to go up and around, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd have to fill it completely up. I don't.
Oof.
How are you not grabbing?
3D Jimmy says Chris Warcock has not been on in a month. Anybody hear from him?
I talked to him a couple of weeks ago.
I've seen him in Facebook posts not too long ago.
Yeah. But no, I haven't seen him around much.
Anyone try to flash the MMU2 via the ICSP pins? I'm trying to revive mine after a bad flash.
Not the MMU2. I think you could, though. I mean, if you had a programmer, well, I mean, you could do it with an Uno too. But I think you could probably just flash it like any other board. I've never attempted it.
Well, I'm a programmer, and I don't think I could do that.
If you had a Walter.
Hey, let me tell you, I was excited yesterday. I went to what was it? GOG, whatever that is. It's like the Steam thing or whatever. I'm not very up on my gaming technology stuff. Anyway, they have Myst available for download. I was so excited. Now, is I'm okay? You got to get out of the way. I got to cut the belt, and I didn't really want to cut you.
At Chris Riley, silly question. I've just run the M122 from Pronterface again and missed the first line when I looked before. What does the enabled refer to?
That is a great question. I am not sure what that refers to, but it always reads false as far as I know. I don't know if maybe it flashes to true when it's actually in motion, but I haven't paid that close attention while it was printing. Maybe that's what that means. Like it's when it's only activated. But all the testing and debug, it always reads false.
Mad Mike 8 said, Walter, I have a 6mm plywood Prusa Y carriage if you want it. Might be slightly better than printed.
It might be. It might be slightly flatter.
I actually, so Log has a PETG Y. I think I'm going to redo those in ASA because it's super dense. So if I successfully print one, I'll print you one and mail it to you, Walter.
Okay. I am struggling right now with getting a belt on here the way it's supposed to be. Because I got it on there and was tightening it down, and all I hear is belt slippage. I think that's why they did away with this type belt holder. That, and I may need a new piece of belt anyway. Let me see if I have some. Because this one here is kind of rounded off, so that may be the issue.
Zork, man, I played Zork not too long ago. When you build, what is it called? RetroPie? When you build a RetroPie, that's one of the default games is Zork. So I totally played it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all, man, Myst is my favorite game of all time. So, I mean,
Really?
I can't sit here and say that I'm going to enjoy anything better than that ever. The Manic Mansion, I think I have played. But, yeah, the Myst is my favorite of all time game. So, and you know, I don't know if y'all knew it or not, but last year 2017, the guys from Sierra that coded Myst got the rights to re-release it. They bought the rights to it, right? So they rewrote the 25th anniversary edition to work on Windows, and they put it out on Kickstarter or something like that. I forgot what it was. And they put up a $50,000 goal, right? They ended with $2.8 million.
Holy cow.
To rewrite Myst. And they did them all of them. Yeah, Cyan. Yeah, it was Cyan, wasn't it? But I think Sierra bought it later on. And I think Sierra bought the rights to it. But I'm not sure. It could be Cyan. I know that's who wrote it originally. They worked for.
Yeah. Gusser Water Rot, that's probably the same price as a 2130 or a 2208, I would guess. I don't think any of them are less than $13-14.
3D Jimmy, she's doing well. I won't say she's fully recovered, but well on her way.
I know she's still got to go back to the psychiatrist because she's still married to you.
Right.
So she's still mentally disabled somewhere.
That was all part of the agreement when we got married. So.
Oh, was it? Ah.
I need some longer power cables for these things. I shouldn't probably say that on the internet, but I should liberate some of these from my place of employment.
Yeah, that's probably not something you should say on a live stream.
I'm sure it's stuff that they're going to throw away.
Yeah, well, you should see, like, you go out on the dock and they've got those 4x4x4 that bins, to recycle or just trash, just piles and piles of those cords because they don't use 3-prong. They're all hooded cables.
Yeah.
So anytime they get a 3-prong, over the shoulder in the trash man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you should bring every one of those home you possibly can, because I'm running short myself.
Yeah,
it's funny because I had bazillions of them, being a computer technician for all those years, and then it's now it's almost a premium to find them laying around here anymore. It's like, ooh, power cord.
And one night I was like, well, I need one, so I'll run up to Walmart and get one. Don't go to Walmart and buy one.
No.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
it's like $20 or something like that at Walmart.
Really? Best Buy and buy one.
Yeah. So I found a thing on Amazon. It was an add-on item for free if you spent $20 on something else or something. I forgot. But
Sean Butler, I'm not seeing that picture, buddy.
There we go. X carriage is on. So now what might have to happen, though, is when I bolt the MK52 to this, it will flatten out the corners. It'll pick those up some. But I may have to put, like you were talking about, the jack in the middle to push down on the middle of this. Because if I do that, this is running pretty smoothly. So can't complain too much. And the old belt was the issue. That's why it was slipping so badly. Put the new belt on there, the teeth grabbed like they were supposed to, and we're on our way. Man, it's been almost an hour already into this stream. That's ridiculous right there. All right, but I am on to the next
Sean,
step.
send me that picture. Email me that picture, if you will. Glenn, 2 N's, at funking3d.com.
I don't remember what that spits out. So that's, if you do S1, that enables continuous debugging, but I'm not sure what numbers it's going to give you. I thought it just redisplayed the whole screen over and over.
Sean, did you DM that to me? Oh, maybe it's here. Nope. Not here. Oh, you got pocketed in the message request. I got you, brother. I got it. It's like a gasket. All right, hang on, and I'll pull that up so everybody can see it.
I got a question for everybody in the chat. Are the standard Prusa Z motors, are they smaller than a standard NEMA 17?
No.
Are you sure?
You mean height? They're a NEMA 17, but you mean height-wise?
Yes, height-wise.
Yes, they are shorter height-wise.
Yeah,
okay.
Different. There's there's a whole bunch of different heights depending on how much torque they need.
Right.
And the thing is, that may be an issue with this because I don't have these Prusa ones. I've got ones with integrated lead screws that I bought, but they're not Prusa. So they are just a touch taller So I'm wondering how that's gonna mess up the bed leveling and stuff.
Yeah, I don't have my metric tape here. I can't remember how tall those are, but
What are you worried it's going to mess up, Walter?
Well, I don't know if you can see this. See where I'm mounting the motor here?
Uh-huh.
According to the instructions, this is supposed to go all the way down, but this motor won't fit with it all the way down. So I have to raise it up, and that looks to be 4 or 5 millimeters.
Gotcha.
So I'm wondering if that 4 or 5 millimeter height, when I mount the bed, I don't think it will. I think the bed is still higher.
If it'll stop the Z from coming down far enough.
If it'll stop the Z from coming down far enough.
Yeah. You might, I don't know if you might, maybe you can adjust your way out of it with the probe. I don't know how much leeway you're going to have there, but.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's my biggest thing. And then I have to have some way, which that right there will work, I believe. If I use, dang it, here. Let me go ahead and mount it so I can see if that'll work.
Will you share my screen there, Walter?
Yes, I will. Hold on 1 second. There you go.
I think that just works like a gasket. Yeah, it looks like it's just forcing up out of the heat block.
What is that for, Glenn?
That's the leak. That's Sean's leak.
Oh,
that is impressive.
So it looks to me like it's just not sealing the nozzle to the
heat break.
Yeah.
Sergio says he thinks it will affect it. He just got done with a bare build.
Well, we're gonna try it. If I have to adjust something, then I will adjust. You know, we'll put some redneck ease on it and see if it'll work. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't.
Motorhead Mitch said, worst comes to worst, flip them upside down on the carriage and reverse them in firmware.
That's true.
Put them up top.
Well, you could just flip the Z holder over.
Flip the motor mount over?
Yeah. Does it fit on the slots with T-nuts?
Yeah.
If you spun it 180, would that give you any more room?
No.
Yeah, if the motor is too high, the motor's hitting the extrusion, right? Like the motor is bottomed out down on the extrusion.
Yeah, when I set this on the frame and go to bolt it down, the motor is supposed to sit flat on the extrusion,
right,
and slide in it, right? So my thing is, if I do what Chris is talking about and flip it 180.
Do you have a ruler there, Walter? Can you measure the thickness of that stepper?
Yeah. I've got a caliper right here.
Well, I was thinking about flipping it 180 and then keeping the motor on the bottom.
Well, even if you do that though, you're still up off of the extrusion, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how the extrusion plays in there.
These are
get the full gist of it.
39.05 millimeters.
Yeah, and 33 on the ones on my MK2S.
Yeah. So, but this will work. The little spacer here, I'm going to try it and see. I think this will work. But I could mount them up top, upside down, and then reverse both of them so that they pick up this way and the motors are at the top, not the bottom.
Yeah, you just need longer wires.
Yeah, I've got meter long wires, so I'm not worried about that too much.
Mad Mike 8 said you can't flip it because the smooth rod wouldn't be right. But it would if you put the left on the right and the right on the left.
Yeah, you just have to.
You'd have to flip them both like this, not just like this.
Right.
You'd have to carry the whole thing over.
Correct.
Probably not the best idea, but just throwing stuff out there.
Well, then I would have a Prusa with upside down lead screws. How many of those you seen?
Right. Patrick said get the Dremel and cut the extrusions. Not your extrusions out.
Not your extrusions out. There you go.
You could probably live without the bottom cover on the stepper for a little while.
Make sure that if you do that, make sure if you're going to notch out those extrusions, you do it on the air with your mic on, though.
Yeah, right?
Oh, I can only imagine the sound that would make.
And the volume wide open, right?
Mitch 3D is in the house. Hello, Mitch.
Not Mr. Cerrone.
I was talking to Mitch the other day about milling parts and water jet and all that stuff. I'd really like to have a desktop mill that would do aluminum. That would be so handy.
A desktop CNC or?
Yeah, not like a milling machine, but a CNC. Well, heck, even a milling machine would be great.
All right, so that works.
Yeah, one of these days, I'll get back on the old MP CNC machine.
Yeah, I think the Stargate will be done before then.
Yeah, I wanted to make it as big as I possibly could, and the more I think about it, I really think that as long as I can get like a 2 foot by 2 foot build area in there, I'd be happy with that.
Right. Well, at least the spacer is exactly the height that I need it to be, so we'll see. I believe that's still going to be below the bed, though. The below the bed spacers, because it only sticks above my my Y carriage, maybe 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters tops.
Well, and the nozzle. The nozzle is about, I would say 20 millimeters below the bottom of the X carriage.
Right, yeah.
So
I think it'll make it. Chris, are you all right, man? Are you watching a printer print? Are you watching a printer print?
I'm watching 2 printing at the same time.
Welcome to Deep Thoughts.
Yeah.
Basement.
I was lost there for a minute. No, somebody said, well, you should build a CNC. And then I went down the rabbit hole mentally. And
You were talking to Alice.
yeah, that happens to me, 30 times a day.
What, going down a rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. If I said how many times that happened to me today when I'm coding, oh. And we have to be really careful because we're like, I think our first production city for this application we're writing is September the 14th, right? So we're in beta right now, and we're just making fixes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to be really careful because you get in there and you go, well, if I do this, then this does this. And you can go down some really serious rabbit holes with that stuff,
Indeed.
And with the time we're on, we just can't. You can't afford to go down those rabbit holes.
Yeah, I have to get out there and look at MPCC and all that stuff. See how hard it would be to build one.
I don't know. Ask Glenn. He's got his mostly printed.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some. I've got the motors and the boards and stuff laying around. I just had to put it together. I need one part made, and it's a pretty simple part. And I thought about just buying the aluminum cut and then just milling it with. I really don't even need it milled. I need about 6 holes, and I need 2 of those to be countersunk. And I thought about just buying the piece of aluminum, but getting it cut down into the shape I need, it's a tiny little piece, and it costs like $18.
Yeah.
All right, Walter.
What?
From the bottom of my X carriage to the top of the motor mount, the Z motor, I have 41 millimeters, roughly. So you'll be fine.
I should have some room.
You'll be fine. Just want you to know 3D Gusner made me do that.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, Mad Mike? 3018. I have never seen this machine before. It'll cut aluminum?
Wait. Can you share a link or?
No, he just said look up 3018. I just went to I just put in 3018 CNC, and it went to AliExpress. It's just it's $150 CNC machine.
$150.
Oh yeah, I've looked at those, but the motor is like an RS 540 RC car engine. It can't. I can't imagine it's got that much torque.
Yeah, but you could replace that motor though, right?
Yeah, you could put like a regular spindle motor on there, but
well, then I mean, then you're at $150 plus a spindle motor,
right? Which is like another $150.
So $300 for a decent CNC machine. I don't know what it looks like.
Nobody said decent. Nobody said decent.
Slow and shallow.
My bad.
I mean, honestly, you couldn't order the individual parts for $150 and put it together yourself.
Yeah,
but,
right. Dave, I totally forgot about you, man. I should have gotten a hold of you. I will. It's a really simple part. And Mitch offered to help, but Mitch is a really busy guy.
All right, so motor cables are on the inside. One. Let's get the other motor out of the box. Two. Oh, and they got nice meter-long cables.
For me, having less than 150 millimeters of X and Y is limited.
You can't do an 8-foot sheet all at the same time. It's out. I need to write that down, Dave, or I'll never forget. Never forget.
Never.
My brain is cooked.
Chris's brain is cooked. Chris's brain is cooked.
That ain't no lie.
I'm gonna need some more of these.
Actually, so I've been printing with high temp plastic, and so you know, you always talk about fumes from plastic and things, and that not being good.
Yeah.
There are some types of plastic that I run into that is no kidding, not good. I was printing with PSU the other day in here, and I had it pretty well ventilated. I had the window open, I had a fan going and everything, but I would just come in and out occasionally, like, man, I don't feel so good.
Wow.
And it's really strong. So I just picked the whole thing up and I moved it outside. So I just let it print out there for a while.
Whew. That's scary stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that. But you got to think, I mean, that's 360C, so you're cooking some serious plastic.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle Ron.
Uncle Ron, one of my favorite uncles. I start randomly speaking in G code, no kidding.
Randomly speaking in G code.
Writing G code line by line is fun. You should try it sometime.
Nope.
That's how I do it now. I'm tired of these slicer wars, so I just write it all in Notepad.
It's all Notepad for me from here on out.
I think both of y'all are full of crap.
And I did make a promise last week that I was going to install the new Prusa slicer and start to play with it. And I did it. Wasn't until yesterday, but I did it. I mean, familiarity wise, it's fine because I was using the beta of Slicer Prusa Edition anyway, and it looks a lot like that. But what I haven't figured out yet is if I can pull in all of my filament profiles and stuff, or do I have to recreate all of those?
Yeah. I put all of my stuff. So I think when you make that jump, it allows you to make a backup copy or something like that, maybe.
Well, I'm thinking I should be able to export it out of one and maybe import it into the other one, but like it didn't overwrite the old one.
Mm-hmm.
I still have the Prusa edition of Slicer.
Oh, okay. I ended up just moving the data directory, so I loaded all the stuff from Slick3R over to a folder, and then I mounted in Prusa Slicer in the shortcut. I used the data directory for that, and it confuses it a little bit, but if you run through the wizard one more time, it will figure it out.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
RC CNC, man, are you in the States? I know you're a CNC guy.
Who apparently does CNC milling.
Apparently.
Yeah, back in the day when I was independently wealthy, I looked into buying a water jet machine, but I don't know how they are now. But you couldn't touch one for under $100,000 back then.
Cool.
That would have been fun, but I couldn't justify spending $100,000 on anything.
Now you can DIY it with a pressure washer.
Yeah. I do want one of those pressure washers that sucks the sand in and does wet sand blasting. I mean, I guess the downside to that is, at the point you're sandblasting metal, you're blowing it down to bare metal, and then you're also getting it wet, which is really not a great plan, but keeps the dust down.
True.
Martin said that Uncle Ron picks him up at New York Airport to go to IRF. Big thumbs up for that, which is awesome. Yeah, we're driving. Let me tell you about the bait and switch that airlines do. They don't tell you about all the taxes and crap on top of the flights. So it was going to cost almost $160 a piece for our tickets to fly to Baltimore. And I can drive for half that. So it's back in the car with the children.
So you can drive to Baltimore from where you're at for $160.
No. I have to buy 4 tickets.
Oh, okay. I was fixing to say.
I have to buy 4 airline tickets.
My ticket was $387, and I did the math. I couldn't drive there and back for what I paid for my plane ticket.
You must got an airplane that they let you ride inside.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Because for $160, I think we had to ride on the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that was that Spirit, Kill Your Spirit Airlines.
Well, the thing is, I could have flown out of Jacksonville for $187 or $196 for my ticket.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking at a 3 hour and 20-minute drive there and a 3 hour and 20-minute drive back.
Yep.
So I'm like, that's not really saving me any money flying out of Tallahassee. So I'm flying out of Tallahassee.
In the other way that we looked at it too, if we fly, we have to drive to the airport, which is an hour and a half. We have to leave our car parked there for the whole time that we're gone. So we're paying for parking.
Right.
Then we fly up, we rent a car, then we have a car. Instead, I can just drive up, I already have my car, and I'm not paying to park it anywhere.
Right.
So, and it's good quality family time. The wife and I love singing in the car, and the children love to just plug their ears and go, stop, stop.
Please stop.
I definitely was not blessed with a singing voice.
Make it stop.
But I'm still not bringing the FK1 because then I'd have to get the trailer and blah, blah, blah. And then I couldn't, I couldn't Back to the Future it up the highway. So it's 15 hours if we take the quote unquote long way to get there, which is around like way west of DC and Baltimore. So, but it's okay. We'll still get there in plenty of time. We'll still get to go to Printed Solid.
No, Mitch, man, if you can, that's cool. If you can't, no worries. So I'll figure out something.
Excellent.
But take twice as long to drive in hours? Twice as long? Oh, no. It's a 2-hour flight. It's a 15-hour drive with no stopping. So it'll be like
Well, and I got
20-hour drive.
And I don't know about you, Glenn, but I don't drive. I mean, I say straight through or whatever, but I don't drive straight through.
On a 15-hour drive, I will.
Yeah, see, I don't. I don't. I'm not.
I don't have any problem with that. I'll probably do like we did last year, and I will, as soon as work is done the day before, I'll go to bed, and then I'll get up at like 1 or 2 in the morning and head out.
Right.
Because I would rather drive at night. 1, there's less traffic, and 2, the children will sleep in the car, so it's quiet in the car.
I see. I see what the issue is with the motors being up. Then your Z smooth rods are taller than your frame.
Yeah, and they don't go all the way through the bracket.
Right. So I know how to fix that too.
Power tool, power tool.
Let's drill them out. Don't ever do this at home, kids.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
just in front of the tail, 1 leg on each side of the fuselage. Then I have to wear my cowboy hat and do this the whole way.
So I've got filament from the sky going to this printer, but once in a while it jumps into my vision, and then I get this weird depth perception effect going across the screen. It almost makes you a little queasy.
Man, that's perfection right there. I'm telling you. Perfection.
RCCNC said then they won't be captive. Well, if they're tight enough, it'll be captive enough.
Right. Yeah, I had to hammer them down into the motor mount, so they're captive. Believe me.
3D Mark said, grind the rods, Walter.
No, I'm good. No grinding rods. Oh, you suck. I don't really want to put you in there.
Yeah, we're kind of getting down to crunch time for Earth. I got to get some stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any stickers.
Oh, I missed that sweet deal that was on 3D Mule yesterday. I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was Friday, but apparently it was just like a 1-day deal where you could get 50 die-cut stickers for $20. And I was going to do it, and then I got sidetracked, and when I went and pulled it back up today, it was gone. And I'm like, I was going to do like a special Earth sticker, and first 50 people got them, because 50 stickers goes really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any left over from Murph, and I don't believe that I'm going to have the fundage to buy any more. So
I have lots left over. Where are you buying your stickers from?
I forgot that place that you told me the last time.
You printing?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because
I used Chris's guy the first time, and that was fine. But you printing was cheaper, actually. So
yeah, you printing was the cheapest that I found, and I actually found out about them from Matt, formerly of Printed Solid, because they had contacted me about sending my sticker out in the maker box, and I was paying like 65 cents a sticker, and they needed 1,000. I'm like, I can't afford that. And they're like, oh, you're buying your stickers from the wrong place.
We should have quite a. I know I at least have 300 or 400 FKB stickers still, so we should have plenty of those.
Yeah, I have some of those left, and I have a bunch of mine.
I have a limited edition. Like, if you've received anything from me in the last 6 months, I have the limited edition white on clear vinyl stickers. There's actually only 200 of those. So if you have one,
don't stick it to anything. It's special.
Yeah, it's very special.
Carl Schumann said 56 days. That is getting tight. Well, yeah, then at the point that we decided to drive, I thought, well, I can bring some stuff. And then I'm thinking, I don't really want to bring all that much stuff. So I'm going to bring a single banner holder with the FKB banner. and then just, you know, like stickers and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to bring a bunch of crap. Crunch time, it's still 2 months.
You should see my calendar. I'm not going to be home much in the next 2 months.
You need to order FKB branded Cheese Whiz cans. That was Sean Butler.
I want to go to Belgium.
Me too. Can I go?
Yeah, we gotta find an FKB sponsor that'll fly us around the world.
That's too bad Netflix isn't taking any show requests at all anymore.
Oh, make FKB a Netflix show?
Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool. The only problem is Chris has got to work, so he'd have to stay like close to his house.
Well, it depends on how much Netflix pays for this show and whether or not Chris has to work anymore.
Well, yes and no. Because, you know, I mean, you know, they pay you enough to retire on, then great. But, you know, if they're paying you a year's salary, then no, it's not really.
Well, as long as it's going to continue.
Well, yeah, but you never know that, right?
All right, Sergio.
I get a square. Yeah, I guess that part drop should also be a tool, huh? Part/tool drop.
That was a tool, yeah. The good news, good news about moving my daughter yesterday was all of her stuff is now out of my room over there, so I can actually start using that room again for some storage.
But you don't think that you want to move the studio back into that room?
Oh, no, it wasn't in the bedroom. I'm talking about here in the camper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she had her stuff in the master, didn't she?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, now I can actually do something in there again.
Of course, it's what, August? So about 4.5, maybe 5 more months, and it should start cooling down in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm comfortable in the camper for that.
That's what in Florida. That's what you get for a Christmas present. 50-degree weather
for a weekend.
A lot of times we don't even get that.
No. Well, the worst part about it is like you'll get a like a 30-degree day right after a 90-degree day.
Right.
And then the next day is 90 degrees again.
That's harsh. I would love to come to Europe and go to maker fairs and stuff. I would. Prague Maker Fair is like a dream. That would be so awesome to get to go to that and tour the factory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I heard Joe was coming to Earth.
What?
Yeah, I heard Joe Prusa.
I'm not going to doubt you. It's.
Why wouldn't he though? He comes from Earth. Why wouldn't he come to Earth? I know he didn't last year, but
I know.
I don't know. I figured he'd just send his all-star in Shane and call it good.
You would need a spare liver.
I have it on good accord that Shane is the Tom Brady of Prusa Research. So
Shane said, from what I heard, he is scheduled to show.
Nice.
No, he isn't always at Earth because there's only been one and he wasn't at it.
Right.
You know, it's funny because so many people last year were like, I'm not going to go to Earth. You know, it's new. It's not going to be that big. And it turned out to be huge and awesome. And then everybody that didn't go was like, man, I should have went.
Yep. It did turn out really good, man.
Yeah, there were 2 Chris Rileys there.
That's true.
I'm so sad that we didn't find out who that other guy was and get the 2 of you together.
Maybe he'll be there this year.
Because that guy was your doppelganger.
I got to find you. Earth was pretty cool because you could go up to the balcony and kind of chill out. You know, you could get off the floor for a little bit, get something to eat or whatever, and just stand around up there. That was kind of nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could get off the floor and get something to eat for $4 million.
Yeah. That's a business expense.
Tom Lama said, what I missed now, I had to prep for dinner. Oh, how long were you gone? And we'll go back and we'll redo the whole entire show just for you, Tom. I bet the other Chris Riley can't print cheese.
As far as I know, it's me and one other person that have ever attempted it. So at least easy cheese.
The highlight was with Walter trying to get people to cover his live stream while he had to run off camera.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go to the MK 2.5S page assembly guide because, you know, they just had me put the captive Y caps on here or Z caps on here, and I don't even have an X carriage on here at all.
Oops.
Slight oversight.
Well, the thing is, they don't have any instructions for that because it's not part of this build.
Right, you'd be disassembling a printer that already had that piece made.
Exactly.
Yep. We would love to meet you.
Oh,
who's that?
3D Printing Newbie said he'd like to come to Murph or Earth to meet us.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think that Earth this year is going to be epic because we are there as Fun in the Country Basement. We're not there as our individual selves, which I think is pretty cool.
That is cool. Our entity is actually a sponsor, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, that's like big. Like it was so funny because the Earth Twitter account had posted a picture of the poster, and like when I looked at it, I was looking at all of the sponsors written out on the bottom, and I'm like, we're not in there. Like, how come they didn't put us in there? And then not realizing that that's the people who didn't make it up above. You know,
right. No, we're not down in the small time section.
I like to see my name in lights, but also in text. I'm bringing my printer to Earth so that Chris Riley can tune it up all professional like.
Yeah, right.
It's funny you say that. Last year at Earth, I had a couple of requests. Could you tune my printer while you're here? And I attempted it.
3D Gessner wants to know if anyone will stream at Earth. I believe that is our intention.
That is the plan. I am, as far as Chris, how do you say his name? Polinsky?
Chris P, yeah.
Yeah, Chris P. We are the official streamers of Earth, so that is
well, that means we get access to the good internet.
Right.
Didn't you say we get like a talking session or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Chris was trying to convince me to do that when I told him that I probably, that I would be at Earth, but I wouldn't be able to bring the printer just because of cost. And he goes, well, you could always do a one of the talks. And I'm like, yeah, me getting on a stage in front of people. Yeah.
I get up there and lean on the podium. So what do y'all want to talk about?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fun.
Throw a question. What is it? Give me a thing and a place.
I might have an issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There might be a slight issue I forgot about. Well, didn't really know about on this one. So
Tristan said, I wish I could spell ERF, E-R-F, let alone go there. Mitch, they do have Wi-Fi. They have really good Wi-Fi. So
yeah, it wasn't bad last year, that's for sure.
Shane was already bringing your printer. Yeah, you should bring it, man. Bring it.
All right, Gusner, thanks for being here, buddy.
Gusner leaving?
Walter has an issue. Where's the bingo board?
Oh yeah, I suppose Shane missed all that. I'm gonna pull that back up so everybody can see it. For those who are new into the chat, it'll take me a second because I closed it all.
I got a question for y'all. There was something on the radio yesterday, and me and Regina discussed it. We were on our way to Gainesville, but they were talking about football traditions. Okay. What constitutes a tradition to you? How long does something have to have been going on for it to be a tradition?
3 times.
At least 3 times. You was going to say 5?
I was going to say twice.
Oh, see. And me, I said about 5.
Well, I was originally thinking twice, but something could happen 2 times, but at the point you do it a 3rd time.
Well, and the reason I'm asking this, okay? Yeah, I'm going to have to take this back apart. This is not going to work. The reason I'm asking is because one of they listed out like the top 25 greatest college football traditions of all times. College football has been going on for 150 years this year. Good long time. And for Miami fans, I guess this one is okay. But they picked the Miami turnover chain, which started year before last, as a tradition, one of the top 10 greatest traditions of all time. I thought that was silly.
Say that one more time.
The Miami turnover chain. So when the defense gets a interception or a fumble recovery,
right?
Year before last, they started giving them this gold chain, like a rapper would wear or something. I don't know, but this massive gold chain. And anyway, they deem that to be one of the number 10 greatest tradition of all time in college football.
And it just started last year?
Year before last.
How many times have they done it?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, every time they've gotten an interception or a fumble recovery.
So twice?
But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you look back on 150 years of college football.
And that's the best that they come up with for number 10.
That was the number 10 one that they come up with. And we're like, yeah, no, that just doesn't work for me. But I'm not the man in charge, so.
All right, share my screen, Walter.
Sharing your screen.
Steven, no, I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to check it out. And Carl, it's upstairs. My wife made me take inventory of all my shirts because she wants to throw them out. And I have 26 3D printing related shirts, by the way.
So how many of them is she throwing out?
She got like 8 away from me, but they weren't 3D printing shirts.
Oh.
All right, so anybody that's tuned in recently, this is the, I'm going to call it the prototype because it's not complete, but this is the prototype FKB bingo board. And we're still looking for, what would it be, 29 more squares to fill so that we have a good turnover. Every time that you go to the website that generates the card, it generates a random board. So I thought about making it where it looked at your IP address and it would give you a board, and then it would tie that board to that IP, and you couldn't have another one until the next week. That way you don't just keep flipping through until you find a board you like. But yeah, so far this is how it's going to turn out. And so if you have suggestions, you can throw them in the chat. Just make sure you tag me in it so that I see them. Otherwise, you can email your suggestions to Glenn with 2 N's at funking3d.com. Not building the Stargate as a tradition. All right, you can kill that, Walter.
Screen? Yeah.
Nita, Walter, I have a problem.
Yeah. You betcha. All right, so.
Hello, David Olson. If I didn't say hi to you already, welcome to the stream. Chris fixing log. Yeah, that's a pretty common event.
Yeah, we do have log on there.
Yeah. Somebody said something and it made me think of something else. What was it?
Shane said Walter and Glenn praise Chris. Andrew S., we do have old joke on there.
Yeah, Glenn's name is right in the middle square.
I'm rage about Facebook.
Walter Beard.
Yep, we got the Walter beard on there. Glenn wearing the Walter beard, and I've decided to keep that as a permanent part of my workstation here, so I can put that on anytime. I might wear this to Irv.
You should.
You know, I was gonna say I'll get me a hat like Walter, but I can't wear a veteran's hat. I'm not a veteran, so I'll get one that says vegetarian instead.
I tell you what you get. Just get you a gator hat, man. That'll work. Just
well, that's what I did last year when
Yeah.
I co-hosted or when I guest hosted your stream.
Sean Butler reminded me. So Carl, when's that white night kit coming out? I do want to give Carl a shout out though. He's building the smaller version. What does he call it? The Sire? Is that what he's calling it? Squire. He's building the Squire. And if into what Carl's doing, check him out. Maybe consider throwing him $1 or $2 because we definitely want to see this happen.
FK1's already on there, Carl.
Thank you, David. I promise this season isn't all going to be about printing cheese.
No, some of it's going to be cutting cheese.
I said something about I'm pretty sure that there's no cheese slicer, and then somebody came back and like, there's all kinds of cheese slicers. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, got me there.
I'll have to excuse Chris. He don't cook much.
Yeah.
No, it's actually printing. The FK1 does actually print.
Does it?
Not right this moment. Glenn actually has a printer printing in the background. Yeah, that's hit or miss. Because all the stuff I'm printing right now, you guys can't see because it's in for upcoming videos. Chris, cheese printing.
What the heck?
I got to set up some more streams. I haven't looked at my streaming schedule yet. But I got about 5 I need to do.
Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My power just blinked again. And it didn't blink off. It cuts off my center monitor so I can't see anything here. And it restarts the Prusa, and the Prusa's on battery backup.
Huh.
That's weird. But
I know.
not tethered. You don't have it tethered to the PC, right?
No.
Huh. Wait, Glenn does 3D printing videos? Not so often, but they're coming. I think, Carl, I guess I don't. I thought I had it where if she showed up in a stream. Obviously not a good battery backup.
No, the thing is, I've tried it out. It runs the Prusa. It's like there's some type of surge or something that just, I don't know. It makes no sense whatsoever. But, you know, I'll deal with it.
Tom Lama, we do have a square for printing a Benchy.
And spoilers for the next coming videos, like this coming Wednesday video is not going to be real awesome unless you have a certain type of electronics. But the video after that is really awesome. So,
good way to build your stuff up there, Chris.
Yeah.
And this next one kind of sucks, but
that's because wait. Which one am I in? Oh wait, I'm not in either one of them. Ain't neither one of them awesome.
That's the whole thing about reference content. You know, like no big deal.
Techie Dad brought up a good point there, Walter. Is it in the right port on the battery backup? Not just the surge port, but
Yeah,
the
no,
backup port.
Yeah, I checked that, but I will check it again. I didn't do it today. This is the second time it's done it. So I saw it do it earlier, and I'm like, well, I'll check that. What the heck? Come on. So I said, I'll check
the same thing. Take the truce out of the surge port and put it in the battery port.
Yeah.
Chris Riley, new printer idea: squirts barbecue sauce on ribs.
Fantastic idea.
Walter uses a wrench as a hammer square. I think we're all a little guilty of that. But
yeah,
I always use the rubber part of the handle.
I do too.
You know, there's like a rubber pad. I use that part, so it's not so loud.
The handle on my driver has a ton of perfect circles on it.
Why are you not going in there like you're supposed to?
Carl, no, I don't have one for Zach making faces. Oh, sorry, because that's only in the Maker Box videos. He doesn't typically come on here with me. I don't think he's ever been on an FKB stream with me.
Who's Zach?
Zach.
I don't think so either.
Xander's only been on a couple because he sucks.
I don't remember what night it was, Monday or something. I actually jumped on and played Minecraft with Xander and Minute for a little while.
Okay, so let me tell you the story like before you got there.
Yeah.
Because Xander's like, Chris Riley's going to come in and play. Oh, no, he said Chris is going to come in and play with us. And I'm like, Chris Riley? And he goes, I think so. And so then he's on with Bennett and he's like, it's Chris Riley, right? And he's like, yeah. And so they were so excited that you were coming in. And then I realized that you can't hear them because they hang out in Google Hangouts.
Right. Yeah, I had no audio.
And talk, right. And so then you're in there and they have no way to talk to you. But yeah, they were so excited.
Yeah, I was because I don't know anything about it. So I'm like, what is this? How do I do this?
Yeah, they should have let you into the Hangout. We need a video of Glenn filling the White Knight belt up with White Castle sliders. I am all for that. I am very disappointed that there are no White Castles between here and Earth. I would have to go north to get White Castles, but I'm sure my favorite Uncle Ron would bring me some. What?
You could step off of I-75 for a minute and get one.
I won't be on 75.
Before 95.
There isn't any on 95. Not until you get up past Earth.
There's some in Jacksonville.
There's not a.
I thought you could get some in Jacksonville. Oh, you said White Castle. Never mind. Yeah, you can go get some crystals.
Why would I do that? I'd rather punch myself in the face repeatedly.
I had to actually, on the way to Murph, I had to stop.
So you must do that often.
On the outside of Chicago to get it, because after that, nothing.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, because they only build them within a certain distance of a distribution center. So, which is why they're not down here. I don't know why they don't just build a distribution center down here, but Carl's got a good one. Anytime I say shameless plug. Which, speaking of,
just to let you know, the bolting the bed down to my little printed frame. Yeah, smoothed it right out.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense because the bed is rigid.
Yeah. So it flattened out the bed and pulled all the bad stuff out of it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I guess if ANET gets away with making theirs out of aluminum foil, you can get away with making yours out of plastic.
Yeah, this one's printed out of PETG, so it's not too bad.
Shane said, well, this is gonna to benefit me. From Prusa is in chat and gets a Prusa question.
what do we got going on here?
Carl, I'm pretty sure we can make that happen.
What are we making happen?
Natasha plays Minecraft.
Oh.
You guys weren't in a stream though when you did it, Chris. They were just hanging out.
Yeah, no, we weren't online. I didn't want to embarrass them on their YouTube channel.
Oh, you mean by being there, not by
yeah, by being there.
Yeah, I got you.
Anytime Glenn isn't wearing a Fun King 3D shirt, yeah, that square would hardly ever get filled, but I guess I do it more on here.
Well, yeah. I think it would be more apt to be when Walter is wearing a Kuntry 3D shirt or Chris is wearing a Chris's Basement shirt.
Yeah, what is wrong with you guys that you don't brand yourself very well?
Because we're not full of ourselves.
I'm not full of myself. I'm full of Fun King 3D.
I'm too lazy to find my shirt.
I hear you. I know where mine are, and I'm like, nah, I'm not changing before I go over there.
I got billions of these. They're starting to get a little worn though, so I'm going to try to make myself some new ones before Earth. 45 White Castles in New Jersey, but that's north of where I'm going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, while you're there, you can visit all those people from Jersey Shore, man.
Patrick Nienhoff said, when Chris is not wearing black, that square would never get used.
No.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I mean, it might as well just be a blank square.
That could be the free space in the middle.
Yeah.
Anytime Walter takes off his hat.
Yeah, that happens occasionally. Scratch my head. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Much better.
The you taking off the hat usually goes along with the having an issue square.
Yeah. I can see that.
Wait, I figured out a way for Walter to make some cash for Earth. For $100, Walter will wear your company T-shirt for the day. Why does that only get to be Walter? I'll totally do that. I will whore myself out for $100.
I think I'm going to design a cap to fit over these rods so they are captive, though. Just make a little cap with a screw on the side so I can screw it down.
All right, somebody tell me, because Carl Truman is saying that Whitehall, Pennsylvania is 85 miles from Bel Air, and apparently they have a White Castle there. Where's the closest one to printed solid? But again, I'm sure my favorite Uncle Ron will just bring me a Crave case from New York. They'll only be a few hours old when they get here and still completely edible.
Totally fine.
Just go to Walmart and buy a box of them, man. What's wrong with you?
Because they're disgusting. The freezer ones are disgusting.
They taste better than the real ones.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, your opinion doesn't matter anyway because you like crystals better. Our crystals went out of business.
Did it?
Yeah.
So did your White Castle.
We never had a White Castle.
That's why, because they suck. Nobody will let them in down here. We drove by one day and their marquee said all you could eat $5.99, and I thought, now that's a screaming deal. You know, like I said to Priscilla, I said, man, I can put them out of business. And then like 3 days later, we drove by and they were closed up. Windows are all boarded. It's like closed.
Surprisingly, when I was at Murph, because I was like eating and driving at the same time, I got out of that completely unscathed. I thought I was going to feel absolutely awful the rest of the day, but I did really well. I was very surprised.
I ate so many of those on the way to and from Murph. Like, oh yeah. Well, I told you guys that we were driving, and I said to Google, navigate to White Castle. and it took us into an industrial park. We ended up at the processing plant, like the factory where they make them.
And they wouldn't let you in?
We didn't try.
That would have been pretty sweet, though. Oh, yeah, come on in. We're going to test.
Come here.
We got some super fresh ones.
Our quality control guy called in today. You're it.
3D Mark said, Walter, your angle plates are different than my bear upgrade.
Angle plates.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, because these aren't the ones that I don't know where you got yours from, but these are ones I got off of Thingiverse. I like these.
Patrick Meehanhoff said that our crystals went out of business because we have no Walter where we live.
That's right. You know, and you'd be proud of me because I went to Gainesville yesterday. Yeah, and I didn't even go to Crystals.
Martin said I might get to it first if Uncle Ron has it in the car.
we actually ate at Moe's yesterday.
I like Moe's. I've eaten it so much that I've kind of burnt out on it.
I will tell you this, dude. It beats Chipotle in my book like 1,000,000 to 1.
I'm not a big fan of Chipotle's.
I don't like Chipotle at all. I mean, if it was like, you know, the only thing I had to eat, then yeah, I'd be there. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all.
Yeah, we've got 2 mom and pop type Mexican places locally that are amazing.
Yeah.
So that's like when we're hungry for Mexican, that's where we go instead of. Now we're back to talking about food. It must be almost 6 o'clock.
Yep.
I used angle plates off of the AM8. Yeah.
What would the difference be?
Yeah, right.
I think at Earth we should set up our booth like it's the front porch. We should just line up like 5 chairs, invite people in to sit down.
Dude, let's get some rocking chairs.
We should get some mesh chairs, you know, like set it up like the front yard. You know, we're just sitting around talking. Come on in, have a seat.
Those old really crappy lawn chairs.
Yeah.
Eve.
Exactly. Just like that. Come on in, get yourself a drink. I think that would be great. Instead of just standing there, you know, hey, how you doing? On to the next person. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Well, if I was driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always have them in my in the back of my truck.
Well,
Glenn Hogue says if you can stand them yelling "Welcome to Moe's" every time someone walks in the door. I refuse to eat there for that. If I walk in and they don't say that to me, I yell it at them first.
Right. See, this is an
Tires
issue.
and an oil drum.
Question for the master, Chris Riley.
Huh?
All right, so I printed these, right?
Yeah.
What's this LM8UU?
yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work, Walter.
What's the fix?
So
Super
what
glue.
is that, a Mark II part or a Bear part?
It's a Mark II part.
It's because they originally printed them out of ABS and they're going to shrink.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So,
They're pretty loose anyway, but they were designed for ABS.
so I need to put a heat gun on them and squeeze that channel closed as much as possible.
Yeah. I don't remember what I did last time to remedy that. I did that once. Yeah, I don't remember what I did last time. They need a snap ring groove in those parts or something.
Yeah, they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. The other side seems to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I could push it out, but it's not falling out. That side just falling out. I mean, just straight up falling out.
John Strand, I believe what you're seeing is filament going across Chris's screen.
It's the mysterious filament from the sky. That's how I get reception on this printer.
Well, see, and I also forgot they don't use the standard brass
Yeah, they use the Delrin ones.
on the 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. Mad Mike's got it. We need the fake green carpet. Telling you.
We might have to work that out.
Well, we'll just run to Wally's and get all the stuff we need, and we'll have it all set up.
All right, I'm gonna have to
You
pull
leave
over.
the tags on it, return it when we're done.
Yeah. We'll just leave it there and make it someone else's problem.
Mitch 3D said Texas doesn't have Crystals or White Castle, but some people Whataburger is better. But I don't think Whataburger falls into the same category.
Yeah, I don't consider that in the same breath.
Yeah, I was down there not too long, this sometime like April or something, and I stopped into Whataburger. It isn't what I remember. They're the smash flat hamburgers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like Winstead's. You ever had Winstead's?
No.
That's
No.
pretty much Whataburger around the Midwest.
Need a golden retriever too. Now you might be going a little far there, Mitch.
Golden retriever too.
Can you also have a radio playing banjo music?
I'll just bring the big bench in. We'll pet it like it's a golden retriever.
Oh, yeah. Carl's got it. AstroTurf and a kiddie pool to soak your feet in.
For Larry's pet gator. I love all the people in the chat, and there's a lot of my favorite people in the chat right now. But for today, Ham Rice Larry wins, hands down. Best user ever.
Hands down. Hands down, Ham Rice Larry's the winner today.
He went the extra mile. A rare Philadelphia square. I kind of want to forget about the whole thing.
I think so do they.
I still haven't heard anything from them.
Brian Vine said, there are a lot of my favorite people in the chat, and I'm here too. Right. Well, it's a lot of his favorite people and you, Brian Vines.
What's that, Vinci? Did Walter fall in the well again?
Okay.
Yeah, no table at all. We just figure out how to make something that looks like a front porch. Some rocking chairs.
And on that note, I have an announcement tomorrow on the Edge of Text channel. He's doing a community thing and asked me to co-host, and I will be there. So y'all be there. It's the Edge of Tech. You can look him up on YouTube. I don't have a link right now because I'm lazy.
What a crappy co-host you are.
He sent me an email. Hold on, I'll find it. While Chris is doing his outro and we skip Glenn completely. Go ahead, Chris.
Is it time?
It is. We've got 2 minutes to be done.
2 minutes?
Yeah, but we don't ever finish on time.
Well, that's true.
He said he'll bring a pitcher with lemonade. That'd be awesome.
Well, we can put the table on the side and just, while we got fake grass, Walter can kick his shoes off. It'd be great. Feels just like home.
Splenda lemonade for Glenn and others. Thank you, Mitch. That's so kind of you. Because of the diabetes. See, there's a square.
Square. All right. You want to go ahead and do this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yes. Man, that was a quick 2 hours, and I haven't even got my benchies done yet. So.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Chris, but Martin just said Philadry's on the sponsor list for her.
No way.
I'm going to see if they'll give me a refund.
Oh, that's amazing. I don't think they're going to give you back money for your Philadry.
We should totally bring it, no, Walter.
What's that?
We should totally bring it.
Dude, I should. It's all in one box right there.
Yeah, just box the whole thing up. Let's send it.
And say, hey, if you want to know why I want my money back, go watch my damn video.
We'll just leave it dumped out on the table.
We'll just run your video on a TV behind us.
There you go. There you go. Or, hey, I could tell Chris I could do a talk and get up and talk on the Philadry.
They are absolutely on the list of sponsors.
All right, then. Well, that's going to be an awkward conversation.
Glenn, did you do your outro? You did not.
No, I interrupted Chris's. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm on it. Yes, it's Sunday. It's over again, sadly, but it was a good time. Good stream today. I am Chris Riley on YouTube. I am also on Twitter, Chris Riley 3D. If you want to see all the crazy stuff that I print, it's mostly just Banshees, so spoiler. Content is now rolling again every week. Usually on Wednesday, there will be additional stuff. But we will be back next week. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. I'll give it to you, Glenn.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Exactly.
Actually, it wouldn't be the same channel. It'll be your channel next week.
Well, whatever.
Hey, everybody, I'm Glenn of Fun King 3D. And yes, it is true that there are going to be some new 3D printing related videos coming. I am also setting up to start streaming on, I believe, Wednesday nights. I haven't set that in stone yet, but I think it's going to happen on Wednesday nights because the family is all gone, so the house is quiet. Xander is streaming. He's probably streaming now. If not, he will be streaming shortly. So I think that's all for news. So that brings me to the part that I love saying every week, and that is that we really appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here to watch these streams. These streams have become nothing but fun for us, and we really, really appreciate you guys watching, because if it wasn't for you, there'd be no reason to do this. I thank you all for these amazing suggestions for the FKB Ingo board. And I would really appreciate, as you think about stuff through the week, either tweet it to me or email it or DM it, somehow get it to me so that we can get it in there. We'd really like to have about 50 different items for squares so that when you generate the board, you get 25 and no two cards will have the same things on it. If you haven't yet subscribed to us, if you go to Fun in the Kuntry Basement or funcountrybasement.com, there are 3 glorious red subscribe buttons right across the bottom of there. And we would love for you to do that. And more important for today, we would love a thumbs up so that we know that you appreciate what we're doing. Plus, it boosts Walter's ego. Other than that, off to the old guy.
Oh, is it to me? I've already done an old joke, though. You missed it.
Yeah, but you did it to yourself, so that doesn't count.
No, I did. I did not do it to myself. I said, Glenn, you said there should be an old, or there is an old guy square. I said, yeah, Glenn's the free square in the middle.
Yeah, but the free square in the middle was me raging about Facebook. So,
oh,
see,
anyway.
you're so old, you couldn't even make the old joke properly.
Anyway,
it doesn't matter. It's 6:02 anyway, and Chris doesn't take them after 6 o'clock.
I did find the link. There's the link to the community chat tomorrow. It is at 6 p.m. Central Time on the Edge of Text channel. We will be there, and it's basically like an interview. And starting next week, I will be doing 4-hour interviews starting at 6 o'clock on Wednesday and lasting until 10 p.m.
That'll be fine. You only have an audience for half of that.
I'll be doing that on Wednesday evenings from now on because some old guy was going to stream, but I'm going to save you from that. Anyway, I'm Walter, Kuntry 3D, man. Thank y'all. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm trying to put in these
ham rice. Larry says eat more ham rice.
Yeah, right. We should. Everybody should eat more ham rice. That should be
advice.
That's very good advice. It's very sound. This is not going to friggin' work, but we will figure it out. Yeah, I'm Walter at Kuntry 3D. You can find me everywhere at Kuntry 3D. If you forget where we're at, go to funcountrybasement.com. There'll always be links there. There's always subscribes. Y'all leave us a thumbs up so we know you like what we're doing. And if you don't like what we're doing, leave us a thumbs down and send Glenn a comment. That's Glenn at idon'tgiveacrap.com.
Oh, no, I would actually appreciate that. I mean, anybody out there is legitimate thumbs downing these videos. I'd love to know why, if it's legitimate. Otherwise, if you're just a worthless internet troll, then I don't care about you. Well, I mean, I care about you as a human being, but I don't care about your thumbs down. How's that?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, we're definitely interested in what you got to say. And thank you for that. And as Chris said, we'll be here next Sunday. It will be on Chris's channel. So y'all come back and see us. You hear? Oh, wait, I got to say bye, right? Do I do the thing? I do the thing.
Yeah, you're the one that does the thing.
Oh, I got to do the thing. Okay. I'll do that. How about we do it in like 5 minutes or